Yeah, babe. Dream has totally come true. I couldn't believe it. We had more than like 60 copies of Lady Gaga. We're talking the single edition and the special edition. And each and every one of them, except for just a few, except for I think a total of 5 of each, gone. See you later. Shipping them off to another store. It's either that or shipping them back to the warehouse so they can just throw it into a gigantic acid pit and fucking destroying them. Yeah, I know you're happy too. I'm fucking satisfied as hell. Why couldn't it be Bieber? I don't know. I'm thinking, well, Susan Boyle's getting the same treatment. Susan Boyle, that, you know, the English, yeah, I don't know who she is either. Don't worry about it. Listen, hon, I gotta do a review. I will call you right back. Love you. Sorry, some things I just gotta take care of before these things. Revocation's Chaos of Forms. Definitely something very different from Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, and Susan Boyle. I know, but we're cleaning some house at work. And whenever I mean cleaning house, we're cleaning out the right fucking trash. But Chaos of Forms is not one of them, mainly because this was a disc that was just released yesterday on Tuesday, and this is an album by this band that I would only really call to be a new wave style death thrash band that really has taken a lot of people by surprise and really has a lot of people excited. This is an album that many of you begged and begged and begged and asked me to do, not to mention you did it again after I teased on it yesterday whenever I reviewed Chimera. So, it's time for me to finally tackle this 12-track affair, this 46-minute long album. Chaos of Forms to me is an album that's all about really shock and awe. The reason why is because there are riffs on this album that will positively shock you, and there will be moments on this album that will make you go, oh yeah. This is a band that really knows what they're doing. They have a crafted sound that a couple of hardcore fans may say, well, this album really didn't jump through and do something all the more bold and all the more different in order for them to really feel that this is a strong release. Well, I gotta highly disagree in that regard, only on the sheer benefit of the doubt that this is a group that is doing loads and loads more than a lot of other bands, a lot of other contemporaries out there are. They're taking this song structure that one could almost maybe relate to a Slayer or a Pantera, and they're really taking it to the next level, to the next degree, really jump-starting it. And of course, a lot of you know that I've said that Slayer, some of their stuff just sounds absolutely ass-backwards and disorganized. These are songs that, even with those tones, those guitar solos that just sound all over the map, they're able to organize it, they're able to construct their thoughts together and keep it all on even kilter, while at the same time throwing in some random little ideas, some random little moments that just could take you completely off guard, sideswipe you, and make you wonder, the fuck just hit me? I'll tell you what just hit you. Something that is completely out of left field. We're talking a guitar solo that just changes tone instantaneously. We're talking rip-roaring riffs. We're talking monotonously fast-paced. We're talking meticulous, fantastic, virtuosic guitar work. And this is all just the beginning, folks. Everyone's going to find something a little bit different on this record that they're going to enjoy. However, the bottom line is that if you're a fan of the death thrash genre, if you're a fan of the new wave of thrash metal, if you really enjoy some of the crops that have been coming out, the Warbringers, the Abysmal Dawns, definitely pick up Revocation, because this is a band that really is taking both of those worlds and combining it into one massive attack that you're bound to enjoy. And yeah, I know I just said Massive Attack, and that has nothing to do with metal. I know some of you out there like Massive Attack. Don't lie. I like Massive Attack. Teardrop, House Theme, I love House. Don't make me cripple you, you son of a bitch. But at any rate, this is an album that I feel is going to be a sleeper to some. I think that those hardcore fans that maybe are not satisfied with this album are going to find themselves in a couple of months kind of revisiting and revisiting and revisiting and realizing, wait a second, this is really solid. This is a very mature record right here. This is something that really exhibits a lot of positivity, a lot of great traits here. And I think for fans that are going to be experiencing Revocation for the first time, they're just going to be blown away by it. They're not going to know what to think. And I think that that mutual respect on both ends of the spectrum really bodes well for this band. It really shows that no matter whether the fan be new or the fan be old, these are guys that are able to put out music that will satisfy the people. They are putting out albums that will consistently satisfy their fans and create new ones. I thought I told her I'd call her back. But at any rate, I like this album a lot. I think that there's so many strengths. The song Harlot, first off, is the song that's going to really set you on that torrid ride. Even though it's track number 2, and even though the first track is no slouch by its own means and by its own measure, Harlot really was the song that told me that this was going to be something that was going to get a little bit crazier as the record progressed, because it threw out this ridiculous solo out of nowhere and then changed it up right in the middle of it. It's a quick 3-minute song that does everything that it takes some bands 6 to 7 minutes to tirelessly do. So you have to respect the fact that they're doing all of this with limited pace and time. They are doing this in a more aggressive, in a more thrashy context, and they're able to do it just as well as those that take double, if not triple the time in order to accomplish it. So this is a definite strength. Throughout this record, as you continue onward, you just start to realize that this is something that the band constantly does. They throw these little articles out there. They throw these different guitar tones. They throw these different little ideas out there per song. Not so much just to seem weird or out there, but it's to do something different. It's to do something that takes you off guard and makes you realize, hey, that flows really well together. Revocation's Chaos of Forms is one of those albums that I think is really going to be on a lot of top lists as far as thrash metal albums are concerned, or death thrash, or whatever the genre you may want to label these guys under. I think a lot of people are going to find a lot of strength in this record, and I think a lot of people are going to find a lot of brutality in this record. Their thirst, should I say, for blood, guts, and glory will be quenched with this record. And the riffs and everything like that, that's almost just like adding in a little, like, fifth of Jack Daniels or something just to give that extra little spice. Cover Killer Nation, all I have to say is that this is an album that you should certainly investigate. This is one that certainly requires that you listen to it at least once, twice, if not 3 times if you can. That way you can fully experience this record. And if I may make a suggestion, do so with a pair of headphones. Because I noticed upon listen number 1, which was with just regular speakers in my computer, listen number 2 with headphones, loads different. I'm not saying that you're going to notice each and every different tone and that it's like you're listening to 2 completely different albums. But I am saying that the mix of this album and the way in which it's constructed, you gain a lot more respect for it whenever you listen to it with headphones, where that balance is something that you hear a lot more clearly. Take care, guys. Check out Revocation's Chaos of Forms. Continue liking the Facebook page. Continue subscribing to the people that I promoted in the 3,000 subscriber doo-woppy that I did earlier. I'm going to call her back. Later.